Alright, the next step in our process, we're going to actually install the RAM. We want to make sure that we have the RAM securely in place before we put the heat sink on top of the processor. So our next step is going to be to install the RAM. For this particular build, we have 4 sticks of RAM. It's going to provide 16 gigabytes for this build. And as you can see here, we have the 4 RAM slots. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you can see here on the ends, there's these little clips. This is what locks the RAM into place. So I'm going to actually open all these up so we can get started. Now I'm going to start with the furthest section away from me so that it's easier to get these in as I come back. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the piece of RAM. There's one correct way to install this and one incorrect way. There are not more than that. As you can see, there's 2 sides to it. Now the correct way, as you can see here, one side of this is longer than the other side. And if you look down here, one of these is longer than the other side. So we want to make sure that we line those up. So in this particular case, the RAM's going to sit this way so that the longer piece matches the longer section and the shorter section matches the shorter section down here. You want to make sure these are open first and line it up. And make sure you get this lined up correctly. There's only one way it can fit down in there. And once you got it in the little grooves, you just want to press down. And when you get it in, these little clips on the side will actually lock into place when you've pressed it down far enough. You can see the clips there, they kind of locked into place, and that piece of RAM is now installed. So go ahead and get our next piece here. Make sure we got it lined up properly. Get into the grooves. Make sure the clips are all the way out. I'm just going to give it a little pressure. Push down. And they both locked right into place. Now sometimes it can feel like you're about to break your motherboard when you're installing RAM. So you will want to be careful. You won't just want to push down as hard as you can, but you are going to have to give it some pressure in order to get it installed. Otherwise you won't get it to lock in place. And if it doesn't lock, your motherboard's not going to recognize that it's there. Locked into place. Got one more stick to go. It's lined up properly. There we go. They're all locked into place. And that is how you install the RAM.